Welcome to Upgrade. I'm your host, Frank the Tank, and today we're going to do another device that we're going to do demo on it. It's called TESmart, and we're going to take a look at it and see what you can do with this. So let's go ahead and open it up. This is great for those that are running server rooms or want to have multiple machines. Perfect way to work with this stuff. So let's go ahead and open it up. So what you get, instructions, information, warranty, user manual, of course, very important. We'll put that on the side, and then you actually get the box itself, and it's really small, really light. It's all aluminum base on the top, plastic on the bottom, and of course there's some speaker areas here, and there's a couple things that we're going to look at. First of all, the 5 volts connection, power connection, output for HDMI, USB type 2, and then they give you 2 USBs. One has a keyboard and one has a mouse icon. So this could be for dual systems that could be sharing the actual same modules. They have HDMI 2, USB 2, input 1 for HDMI, and USB 1, of course. Now this is where you actually connect different modules to the actual laptop and desktop. So 1 will be representing the HDMI 1, 2 will be representing the HDMI 2. Now, both systems can share the mouse and keyboard connection. And if you have a wireless, same thing, just connect it to there. You have your HDMI in case you have to connect another system in there. So we're going to go take a look at it and see what you can do. So if you want to share stuff, you can do that through here. So we're going to set this up. And in the front of it, very simple, very basic. What's online, everything that comes online, power. So you have either selection, and then your IR modules connection is here too. So there is a indication here. It's not going to light up at all, but you might want to make sure you don't cover this, so you're going to do it remotely. So that's pretty much it, and this is the output for the computer. So we're going to go ahead and test it out and see how well it works. All right, simple. They give you the HDMI connections in here, and they give you 2 of them, of course, that are needed. They give you the actual IR control that we're talking about for the different connections, different modules. And then they give you long extension cords, long HDMI cords, including with the USB in there. They're both included in there, and they give you 2 sets of them, all right? So we're going to put that on the side. And then, of course, like I said, the module itself. Now, this is for the audio line out, if you're going to bring in the audio light out. We're going to connect one of these here into HDMI. If you guys can see, I'm connecting it to HDMI. And the other one, open it up some more and connect it on the USB, because I don't have a USB on that side and that port. We're going to put it on the USB to power it up, right? For the mouse and keyboard. All right. So, and the good thing is you can stretch this out. So we're going to put this on the side here so you guys can see it. Second one, we're going to go ahead and connect the actually HDMI 1 on that one for the computer. First computer is going to go in here. If you guys can see it, big USB goes in here. So this is going in there. We're going to put our keyboard and mouse in right now in a bit. So let's go ahead and put their keyboard in here. You guys can see keyboard USB. Plug it in. That's in there. And we're going to put our mouse. There we go. Keyboard, mouse, connected. First monitor is connected. And then we're going to connect the other one. Do a USB 2.0. They can share a thumb drive, right? So we can do that too. We're going to try to test everything out. And this is going to go for out to your monitor that you're going to be sharing. All right, so we're going to go ahead and do that. All right, now we're going to plug in the final one. And if you guys can see, we're going to plug in the final one. And we're going to be plugging the USB. And then the HDMI, and of course this is a 4K HDMI. You could share multiple devices or TVs if you guys can see it. So we got pretty much everything full in here, and now we need is the power and the output, and we should be good. So let's go ahead and do that. Final connection, we're going to put in the HDMI in here, and then the power, and we should be ready to go. So let's go ahead and do that. Crank it up. So let's go do that. Plug it in, the last part. We got all connections in there. If you guys can see, it's a full house today. So that's what we're going to do. I'm going to start it up on here, and let's go ahead and do that. Right at the front, we're going to power it on. Turns on. And if you guys can see, immediately it went into a monitor. So we're going to go ahead and do that. I'm going to show you guys the demo right now. As you can see right now, we're going to display one monitor in here, and there it goes. So right now I'm going to show you what I'm displaying. All right, if you guys can see, this is the monitor that I'm sharing here. I'm actually sharing this. You can see I'm moving the mouse over here, and the mouse is connected there. So the keyboard, look at the keyboard. I'm gonna hit the button, if you guys can see it. Keyboard. So I'm able to share this computer into this system here. Now we're gonna share this computer, and we're gonna also share the keyboard and the mouse. So let's go ahead and connect. So right now, if you guys can see, I'm in number 2, which is that one on the right, and then number 1 is going to be the one on the left. When you click on it, it's going to change to that monitor and to this monitor, and we're going to go ahead and close this out because we're sharing the keyboard. If you guys can see that, it's trying to kick in right now. Share all that. See? Click on here. So we're able to do that. It's doing a dual monitor, as you can see. Now, another crazy thing is that, let me show you guys another crazy thing is that I have the monitor here. It's sharing, and we could split it if we want to also. But at the same time, we could keep it as we have it. But right now, look at this. We're gonna go USB, and there is a USB in here. There's a secondary drive. If you guys see, I have a couple of things in there, all right? So we're gonna take a look at that drive itself. So that's a D drive. That's the thumb drive that I installed. And then we're gonna go ahead and click on this one and go in there. When you click on it, it's now this machine. And in this particular machine, we're gonna open it up. Open up. And we're gonna go into the thumb drive. And there's a thumb drive right there. We're sharing the thumb drive. Not only are we sharing the keyboard and mouse, if you guys can see, keyboard and mouse, but we're also sharing the thumb drive too. And this is a great option if you want to ever share a keyboard and mouse on 2 different computers. If you have it, it works pretty well. You could extend the monitors too, so you could have a secondary one. Here, let me close this out. I'm gonna right click on it, go to displays. All right, displays. We could split it if you want. So we could say always to split a screen. So let's go ahead and split the screens. Duplications. No, we want to extend the monitor. Keep it, and then we go back up to the top, and we identify 1, 2, and this is 1. So we're gonna move it to the right. Hit apply. And then we have the monitor here and the monitor, and if you can see, I'm going to drag it and drop it, drag it. See, I'm sharing it. So we're going to keep it as is right now, and we're going to do the same thing to the other one. So we come back in here, click on number 1, and that's this computer here. If you can see, and right now it's the same computer, same screen. So we're going to go ahead and close this out. We're going to go ahead and see how we have the split. We'll go down the line. Here it is, display. We're gonna extend, keep it, go back up, identify, this is 1 and this is 2. So we have it correctly, and if you can see, I'm gonna drag it and drag it on the other side. See, there you go. I'm splitting. So we're gonna go back to this one where I have it split too, and hit number 1, and it's identifying, it's thinking itself, it's going through, it picked up the drive again, and here it remembers exactly the same display. So not bad device, you know. Like I said, mouse, keyboard, you can share it. 1 computer, 2 computers, this little drive. Audio, if you want to share the audio too, you can split it from here. Very simple. Selecting is very simple. Just a push of a button, 1 or 2. Right now we're on number 2. It's the one on the right. Number 1 is the one on the left. And you could use a remote control, the IR remote control too, also to connect to it. Very simple, easy to use. And like I said, it's not something that it's very difficult to understand. It's just a push of a button. So if you have different devices, if you have a PlayStation on one end and you want to share your monitor, you can do that with the same push of a button. If you have a computer or desktop or maybe a DVD, you can do the same thing and share a couple things. Now, the plus thing is that you can share your actual keyboard and mouse with both systems. If you guys can see this system and that system, it's just a push of a button. It automatically gives you about a couple of seconds. And if you guys can see it, and I'm also sharing the thumb drive, which is very important. So if you want to transfer some files from here to here, you can use the thumb drive, the same thumb drive as I'm using. So very simple, very easy to use. I like it so far. So if you guys like it, have any questions or any comments, let me know. I'm your host, Frank the Tank, and we're out.